Hello and welcome everyone. This is the fourth lecture of Ancient Indian History in which we will continue the topic of Indus Valley Civilization. This is the part 2 and here we will discuss the economy, society and the political system of Indus Valley Civilization. So let us start with today's lecture. Starting with the economy of the civilization. During Indus Valley Civilization, there was great progress in all sectors of the economy like agriculture, animal husbandry, industry, crafts production and trade. So we can say that economy of the civilization was based on agriculture, animal husbandry, industry, crafts production and trade. Right? Now we'll discuss each of these in detail. Starting with the agriculture, agriculture was the backbone of the civilization. See, अगर एक civilization को develop होना है तो उसका agriculture strong होना चाहिए. Because अगर agriculture strong होगा, food grain surplus होगी, then only people can shift to other sectors of the economy. And बाकी industries develop होंगी, right? So agricultural development plays a significant role in the development of economy as a whole, right? Now in agriculture, first point is about the crops produced. So both kharif and rabi crops were cultivated. दोनों kharif and rabi crops को cultivate किया जाता था, but the cultivation of rabi or winter crops dominated. And few examples of the crops that were cultivated were wheat, barley, cotton, sesame, mustard, millets like ragi, jowar, bajra, pulses or lentils, peas, dates, rice, etc. Right? So these were the crops produced. Next, coming to the sowing season. So the main sowing season of the civilization was from November to April. In November month, they sow the seeds and in April, they harvested the crop. So we can say that Rabi season was the main sowing season of the civilization. Next is the irrigation. So there are different evidences of irrigation that were found. First of all, evidences of canal irrigation were found in Shortugai in Afghanistan. Next, water reservoirs were found in Dholavira in Gujarat. Next is the gubbar bunds. Now these gubbar bunds are the dams that are used to store water and divert the flow of rivers, and these were found in Baluchistan. Right? So irrigation के different evidences मिले हैं. कनाल का एविडेंस मिला है शोरतुगई से, वाटर रिजर्वॉयर्स मिले हैं धोलावीरा में एंड गबर बंस मिले हैं बलूचिस्तान में. राइट? सो दिस इज अबाउट द इरिगेशन. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज यूज ऑफ प्लोइंग. सो आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट हैव फाउंड द एविडेंस ऑफ प्लोड फील्ड इन कालीबंगन इन राजस्थान. कालीबंगन में हल चलाए हुए खेत का और प्लोड फील्ड का एविडेंस मिला है. नेक्स्ट इज टेराकोटा मॉडल्स ऑफ प्लोज वर फाउंड इन भावलपुर एंड बनावली. भावलपुर एंड बनावली में टेराकोटा टॉयज मिले हैं प्लोज के. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज बुल्स एंड ऑक्सन वर यूज्ड फॉर प्लोइंग. नाउ आर्कियोलॉजिकल एविडेंसेस में बुल इमेजेस वाली सील्स मिली हैं, बुल्स के टेराकोटा टॉयज मिले हैं, बुल का ब्रोंज स्टैचू मिला है. ऑल दिस इंडिकेट्स दैट बुल प्लेड इंपॉर्टेंट रोल इन द सिविलाइजेशन एंड दैट इज व्हाई इट वाज इन्फर्ड दैट बुल्स एंड ऑक्सन वर यूज्ड फॉर प्लोइंग. एंड ऑल दीज पॉइंट्स इंडिकेट्स दैट फील्ड्स वर प्लोड ड्यूरिंग द हड़प्पन पीरियड. राइट? नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज अबाउट ग्रेनरीज. नाउ ग्रेनरीज तभी बनाई जाएंगी अगर सरप्लस फूड ग्रेन प्रोडक्शन होगा. And granaries were found at Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, and these were used for storage of surplus food grains. Right? So this is all about the agriculture of the civilization. Next, we'll discuss about the domestication of animals. So the animals that were domesticated were cattle, buffalo, sheep, goat, pig, camel, elephant, dog, cat, and others. So these were the animals that were domesticated. Now cattle, goats, and sheep were used for milk, meat, wool, and as pack animals. Pack animals are those that are used to carry loads, right? So the people of Indus Valley civilization used to eat both the agriculture produce and the meat of various animals, right? Now what are the evidences जिनसे archaeologists को ये information मिलती है? These are number one, bones of animals. तो Indus Valley civilization के different sites पर bones of animals मिलती हैं और कुछ bones पर cuts के निशान बने हुए हैं जिनसे ये पता लगता है कि इन animals का मीट वो लोग खाते होंगे. राइट? नेक्स्ट इज डिपिक्शंस ऑन सील्स एंड पोट्री. सील्स एंड पोट्री पे जो एनिमल फिगर्स बनी हुई हैं उनसे इंफॉर्मेशन मिलती है. सिमिलरली टेराकोटा टॉयज ऑफ एनिमल्स. ना उन्हीं एनिमल्स के टॉयज बनाए जाते होंगे जिनके बारे में उन्हें नॉलेज होगी. राइट? सिमिलरली ब्रोंज स्टैचूज, फॉर एग्जाम्पल फेमस स्टैचू ऑफ द बुल. सो दीज आर ऑल द एविडेंसेज जिनसे हमें डोमेस्टिकेशन ऑफ एनिमल्स की और कौन से एनिमल्स की उन्हें इन्फॉर्मेशन थी उसके बारे में हमें पता लगता है. ओके? फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोस्टल एरियाज वी फाइंड द एविडेंसेज ऑफ फिश ईटिंग कम्युनिटी. फिशेस की बोन्स में हमें मिली हैं और उन बोन्स के ऊपर कट्स लगे हुए हैं जिससे ये पता लगता है कि वहां के लोग फिश खाते होंगे. राइट? नाउ द इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट सम अदर एनिमल्स. फर्स्ट वन इज हॉर्स. नाउ हॉर्स की एक ही बोन मिलती है सुरकोतड़ा में. हॉर्स का कोई भी और एविडेंस नहीं मिलता, कोई डिपिक्शन नहीं मिलती, तो इसलिए कंक्लूसिवली ये नहीं कहा जा सकता सिर्फ एक एविडेंस की बेसिस पे कि इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन के लोगों को हॉर्स के बारे में पता था. रादर दिस पॉइंट इज सरप्राइजिंग कि उन्हें हॉर्स के बारे में कैसे नहीं पता था, कोई और डिपिक्शन क्यों नहीं मिलती, बिकॉज प्री हिस्टोरिक पेंटिंग्स में तो हॉर्स की इमेजेस मिलती हैं, बट इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन में हॉर्स की कोई डिपिक्शंस नहीं मिलती, राइट। नेक्स्ट इज राइनोसोरस, राइनोसोरस के एविडेंसेस मिलते हैं अमरी में। नेक्स्ट इज लायन, सो द पीपल ऑफ इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन दे डू नॉट नो अबाउट द लायन, दे न्यू अबाउट द टाइगर, टाइगर की इमेजेस मिलती हैं सील्स पर। Next is bones of bear, deer and ghariar were also found. So this is all about the domestication of animals and some information about other animals. Next we'll discuss about the industry and crafts production of the civilization. Now we will discuss about the industry or crafts production of the civilization. So there were multiple professions in this civilization. These were goldsmiths, brick makers, pottery makers, stone cutters, weavers, boat builders, terracotta manufacturers, etc. So we will discuss all of these industries one by one. First of all is the pottery making industry. Pottery means मिट्टी के बर्तन, and archaeological evidences में काफी सारी पोटरी मिली है, काफी सारे मिट्टी के बर्तन मिले हैं. And the characteristic Harappan pottery was plain red ware and black and red ware. Black and red ware is the one in which pottery is of red in color with designs painted in black. And these designs were geometrical patterns and figures of plants and animals, right? Now the pottery was used for cooking of food and storage of food items, so this industry is very significant. Next industry is metallurgy. So the artisans of Indus Valley civilization were skilled in making metal artifacts, especially the bronze artifacts, right? And as we already know, Indus Valley civilization was a Bronze Age civilization. And bronze is an alloy of copper and tin. So Indus Valley civilization के लोग कॉपर लेते थे, चारकोल लेते थे कल्चर से, एंड टिन लेते थे अफगानिस्तान से, एंड आउट ऑफ दीज दे मेक ब्रोंज एंड ब्रोंज आर्टिफैक्ट्स, राइट. सो आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट्स हैव फाउंड ब्रोंज एंड कॉपर वेसल्स, bronze statues, and the famous one is bronze statue of dancing girl which was found in Mohenjo-daro, and bronze statue of a bull, right, and weapons made of copper and bronze. Okay, so metallurgy was also a very significant industry. Next is bead industry or jewelry making industry. Now this industry is also very significant. Archaeological evidences say different types of jewelry मिली है, made out of gold, silver, semi-precious stones, etc. Right? So let us discuss this industry. So beads were manufactured from a variety of semi-precious stones like lapis lazuli, carnelian, agate, etc. तो beads semi-precious stones से बनते थे. These were lapis lazuli, carnelian, agate, right? And the characteristic Harappan beads were edged carnelian beads. Okay. Now the bead making factory was found in Chanhodaro and Lothal. Chanhodaro is in Sindh and Lothal is in Gujarat. Next are the ornaments. So archaeologists have found different types of ornaments like bangles, bracelets, anklets, earrings, finger rings, etc. And these were made of gold, silver, copper, bronze and semi-precious stones, right? Next is the shell industry. Shells were also used for making different ornaments, and shell industry was found in Nageshwar, which is in Gujarat, and Balakot, which is in Pakistan, right? Now जो ये location के points होते हैं, different factories की locations, these are very important, so do remember them. Next industry is that of terracotta manufacturing. Terracotta is a fire baked clay, and terracotta से बनी हुई काफी चीजें मिलती हैं archaeological evidences में. These are animal toys, toy carts, objects of worship, etc. Right? Next industry is textile production. So cotton and woolen clothes were produced. So people of Indus Valley civilization used to wear cotton and woolen clothes. Next is boat and shipbuilding industry. Boats and ships के evidence हमें मिलते हैं seals से. Seals के ऊपर boats and ships की images बनी हुई हैं. And boats and ships were used for river and sea transport, right? So we have discussed all about the industry and crafts production. Next we will discuss about the trade of Indus Valley civilization. Now we will discuss about the trade of Indus Valley civilization. So the trade was based on barter system. Barter system is the one in which goods were exchanged for goods. सामान के बदले सामान दिया जाता था. There was no coinage or currency. So barter system was there. Next is mode of transportation. So in mode of transportation, bullock carts and oxen were used for land transport, and boats and ships were used for river and sea transport. Land transport के लिए bullock carts and oxen, river and sea transport के लिए boats and ships. Now trade है तो weights and measures का use तो होगा ही. So next point is use of standardized weights and measures. These weights and measures were made of limestone and steatite. They were cubical in shape, and the unit of measurement which was used was in multiple of 16. Example 16, 64, 160 and so on, right? Next point is about the seals. Seals were used to mark ownership of property, and these seals were made of steatite stone. Their shape was square and oblong, and these seals had animal figure and script written on it. And this script is undeciphered, right? So seals were used to mark ownership of property or the goods of trade, right? Next point is internal trade and external trade. Internal trade was extensive with other parts of India, especially the Chalcolithic cultures, and external trade or foreign trade used to happen with Mesopotamia or Sumeria, which is present-day Iraq, Central Asia, Afghanistan, Persia, which is present-day Iran, right? Next, we'll discuss about the evidences related to trade. So these are number one, Mesopotamian texts refer to trade with Meluha. So Mesopotamian texts में mention किया गया है trade with Meluha, and Meluha they refer to the Indus region. Next is Susa and Ur. These are the Mesopotamian sites where Harappan seals were found, right? Next point is artificial dockyard was found in Lothal. Outlets were found in Suktagandor and Suktakoh, and seaports were found in Rangpur, Somnath and Balakot. सो इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन की बाकी साइड से सामान इन जगहों पर आता होगा एंड यहाँ से सामान बाहर भेजा जाता होगा टू अफगानिस्तान, मेसोपोटामिया, पर्शिया, सेंट्रल एशिया, राइट? सो अब डिस्कस करते हैं मेजर एक्सपोर्ट्स एंड मेजर इंपोर्ट्स. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मेजर एक्सपोर्ट्स. सो मेजर एक्सपोर्ट्स वर एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट्स, cotton. Now this cotton was called Sindhan by Greeks, right? Sindhan means one which has come from Sindh, right? So Harappans were one of the earliest cotton producers in the world, okay? Next is pottery, terracotta figurines, ivory products, beads, shells, copper and bronze objects, etc. Right? So these were the major exports. Next, major imports. These are number one, gold. Gold was imported from Kolar Gold Field, which is in Karnataka, Afghanistan, and Persia, which is present-day Iran. Next is silver. Silver was imported from Afghanistan, Persia, and South India. Tin was imported from Afghanistan. Copper was imported from Khetri, which is in Rajasthan. Lapis lazuli and sapphire was imported from Afghanistan. Steatite was imported from Persia. Jade was imported from Central Asia. Turquoise was imported from Persia, and amethyst was imported from Maharashtra, right? So these are all the major imports. So with this, we have completed the trade and the economy of the Indus Valley Civilization. Next, we'll discuss about the society of Indus Valley Civilization. Coming to the society, so what were the features of the society of Indus Valley Civilization? We'll discuss them one by one. So first of all, it was the urban society, in which we see development of planned cities, well-developed drainage and water management systems, sophisticated roads and transportation networks. So the society of Indus Valley Civilization was a urban society. Next, social structure. So there was social structure or social hierarchy based on occupation and wealth. And the social structure is like this. So first of all, there were elites, which comprises possibly of a ruling class, high-ranking officials, priests and merchants, big merchants. Next is artisans. Artisans were the skilled craftsmen, merchants and traders, farmers, laborers, right? Next point is that different types of houses indicate socio-economic differentiation. And as we already know, the town was divided into two parts, upper part and lower part. Upper part, which is called citadel, was inhabited by the ruling class, and lower part, which was called lower town, was inhabited by the common people. So we see that there was some sort of social hierarchy, social structure or socio-economic differentiation in the society, right? Next point is status of women. So women enjoyed a high status in the Harappan society, and this we know from their depictions. For example, statues of Mother Goddess. Mother Goddess worship suggests reverence for feminine power, right? Next, artistic depictions like dancing girl statue showcases a confident and energetic female figure, right? So status of women were high in the Harappan society. Next point is number one, dress. So people of Indus Valley Civilization wore cotton and woolen clothes. Next, ornaments. So ornaments worn by women were bangles, bracelets, necklaces, earrings, finger rings, anklets, etc. And these ornaments were made of gold, silver and precious stones, right? Next point is that archaeologists have also found various household articles, and these were made of pottery, stone, metals, and these household articles were spindles, needles, combs, knives, etc. Right? Next point is recreation and amusements. So people of Indus Valley Civilization enjoyed dance and music. They played indoor games. For them, marbles, balls, and dice were used, and children played with terracotta toys, right? And the last point is that differentiated burial practices reflected socio-economic differences. Okay, so with this we completed the society. Next we'll discuss about the political system of Indus Valley civilization. Coming to the political system, so political system of Indus Valley civilization is not well documented, and this is because of the limited archaeological evidence and interpretation challenges due to undeciphered script. राइट तो एक तो आर्कोलॉजिकल एविडेंस कम है और दूसरा देयर आर इंटरप्रिटेशन चैलेंजेस बिकॉज ऑफ अनडिसाइफर्ड स्क्रिप्ट राइट नाउ देयर आर सम इन्फ्रेंसेस और गेसेस विच आर मेड फ्रॉम द आर्कोलॉजिकल फाइंडिंग्स so these inferences are number 1 standardization of weights and measures, site specialization, establishment of trading outposts etc suggest a centralized political authority. तो इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन में जो इतनी स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन देखने को मिलती है वेट्स एंड मेजर्स में, ब्रिक्स के साइजेस में, प्लान्ड सिटीज देखने को मिलती हैं, ट्रेडिंग आउटपोस्ट मिलते हैं, ये सजेस्ट करते हैं कि देयर मे बी सम सॉर्ट ऑफ सेंट्रलाइज्ड पॉलिटिकल अथॉरिटी राइट. नेक्स्ट इज एब्सेंस ऑफ रॉयल एंड मोन्यूमेंटल आर्किटेक्चर इम्प्लाइज अ मोर इगैलिटेरियन सोसाइटी. तो कोई बहुत बड़े रॉयल और मोन्यूमेंटल आर्किटेक्चर नहीं देखने को मिलते एंड दिस इम्प्लाइज दैट देयर वाज रिलेटिवली अ मोर इगैलिटेरियन सोसाइटी. Next point is presence of public buildings like Great Bath, granaries, etc. indicates collective decision making. Okay, so these are all the inferences related to the political system of the Indus Valley civilization. Next are the theories related to the political system. These theories are number 1 monarchical system. So there may be a monarchical system, but this theory is not that valid because there are no evidences of standing army or large scale fortifications, right? Next is theocratic governance. According to some scholars, there may be theocratic governance in which priestly class governed the society. But again, we do not have much knowledge about the religion of the Indus Valley civilization, so this theory is also doubtful. Next is oligarchic governance. According to some scholars, there may be rule by a small group of elite merchants, right? And this theory seems more valid because of the development of the industry and trade which we see in this civilization, right? So in all, we can say that true nature of the Indus Valley civilization's political system remains a topic of ongoing research and debate, right? And with this, we completed the political system as well of the Indus Valley civilization. So with this, we come to the end of today's lecture. आज के लेक्चर में हमने डिस्कस की इकोनॉमी ऑफ द सिविलाइजेशन इन विच वी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट इट्स एग्रीकल्चर, डोमेस्टिकेशन ऑफ एनिमल्स, इंडस्ट्री एंड क्राफ्ट्स प्रोडक्शन एंड ट्रेड. इसके बाद हमने डिस्कस किया सोसाइटी एंड पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम ऑफ द सिविलाइजेशन. आई होप आपको ये लेक्चर यूजफुल लगा होगा. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर होगा इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन का पार्ट 3 जिसमें हम डिस्कस करेंगे अबाउट इट्स स्क्रिप्ट, रिलीजन, बरियल प्रैक्टिसेस एंड डिक्लाइन ऑफ द सिविलाइजेशन. So do subscribe to the channel, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you so much.